So what speeds everything up? So if sellers did 3 things before listing, what would speed up the whole process instantly?
Instructing your solicitors straight away and getting the forms filled out with them. So then when it goes sold subject to contract and the memorandum is sent, the draft contract pack can go straight across. The buyer solicitor can start working on it straight away.
Yep.
If you live in an older property,
Yep.
1930s-ish, get an electrical and a boiler check. Just so then if they get that, or if they mention it later on, well, we was aware of it at the beginning and we told you, so now you can't pull out on that front because of the reservation agreements.
I would probably challenge that and say that's probably across the board, actually, is because, again, that's one of the things. It's probably not as much of an issue with newish builds, but it's always something that always crops up, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I said that old is because you're most likely going to need some sort of a rewire. Or your electrical box is now not up to code and you're going to need a new one. Like, something will come up with either the boiler or the electrical. So definitely in that period of house, 1000% do it. But other periods of houses, do it. Maybe not so much the boiler. You might have a newer boiler, that sort of thing, but definitely get something.
Cool. Number 3?
Oh, them two went in together. Okay. If they're buying on, and this goes for everybody, person who's buying, make sure you have the mortgage in principle, all your finances set up. Make sure you do have enough as well. Think about the solicitors, the estate agent, the surveys. Some mortgages make you pay, some don't. Think about the fact that you have money for all of them. We have had a seller before who asked if he could pay us after, because he didn't have all the money.
Miscalculated,
Yeah. So make sure you have enough for all of it.
Yeah. I think also as well is I think some people actually work on just online calculators, don't they? And they're not always up. Well, they're not going to be up to date because it's just a quick fact find online, and this is what I earn, this is what I want to borrow.
Yeah, like we could do a help to move appointment, half an hour conversation with our mortgage advisor just to go through all the different payments that you may possibly need to make and confirm that you do have enough to go forwards in what you're wanting. Yeah,
definitely. What's the document almost nobody prepares but always causes delays?
There's loads.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go through them.
Probate. Just making sure everything's set up for probate. Death certificates.
Yep. We had one recently, didn't we, where it delayed the process quite a bit.
Yeah, and also not so much a document, but explaining to the estate agent that's going to be taking on your property. Even if somebody has passed away, but they previously owned the property, we need to know. Because we've had one that you were talking about where we never knew that the father owned the property, he'd passed away. It wasn't until it went sold that we had to then get a new death certificate. And another one where it turns out they owned the house together and the husband had passed away, but the husband by himself had owned a tiny little patch of land next to the house that we didn't know about, and it caused an extra 8 weeks trying to get the executor who didn't live round here down to sign all the paperwork and do his IDs. They lost the probate as well, so had to get a new one of them. And then another one recently where there was 3 people who owned the house. All 3 were dead. And it was a wife, husband, and then his father. And the people who were power of attorney executors, they didn't know the father. So I had to call the probate office for them and try and get the details and death certificate for the father and the wife. Because they just didn't know anything about them really, because it wasn't there available. So just getting that stuff sorted beforehand.
And I think that's sort of a rarity as well, is what a lot of people don't see, is that extra bit that you did, which we weren't getting paid any more money. It wasn't necessarily down to you to do, yet you went and done it yourself.
Yeah, they didn't know how to do it. So.
Yeah. What does a good buyer look like from your side?
Eager.
Yep.
Ecstatic. Maybe crying down the phone.
Yep.
When you tell them the offer's accepted, because that's one of my favourite parts. Then just straight away, like, okay, what do I need to do? I need you to do your ID checks, the reservation agreement.
Yep.
I need solicitor details. They do the ID checks within a day. Once the reservation agreement comes over to them, they do it. They let me know straight away that they've done it. And then with solicitor details, anyone who's like, yeah, I'm happy to go with who you would recommend, that's perfect. But obviously, if people do have their own solicitors as well, get me the details as soon as you can, and they get that over straight away. Constantly, right, is there anything else I need to do right now? Is there anything that I can push to get done?
Yeah.
Just somebody who's actually all over it, communicating back with us, and genuinely is excited for the experience.
I think it even goes back to just before that, even when like somebody's viewed a property and then the next thing it's a case of, well, what do you need? Well, we need X, Y, Z, and it's over to you within 5 minutes.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
already that indicates to me that you've got somebody here that's actually serious.
Yeah, definitely.
Compared to somebody else when you ask them a question and before we know it, it's like a day or two for them to get the information back to us. So I think that's a key. But yeah, and I suppose it's that good question, isn't it? It's what do you need, or what do I need to do now? I think that's a killer point actually for me, because they're actually asking for guidance and what they need to do, rather than us telling them what they need to do. I've answered your question. What does a nightmare buyer look like?
Just turn it all the way back around. People who don't answer the phone when you're trying to get hold of them. I had one recently that nothing was being done on the file after it had been sold. Every time I called, it's okay, it's all right, everything's in hand. You keep saying this to me, but I can see that's not the truth.
Yeah.
And then the phone gets hung up on me. That's not... We need communication. As I've said, communication is key for everything.
But again, through my experience with those, it's like, right, you're hiding something.
Yeah.
There's something here that you're not telling us. And I think the view is, well, if I don't tell you and I hang up, then it looks like everything's all hunky-dory. Well, that's instant red flag.
Yeah.
Or not responding to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the one thing buyers do that instantly adds 2 weeks? I've got a good one.
I want to hear your one.
No.
Okay. I actually can't think of one. Apart from like initially telling you that they're not going to get a survey and then just before exchange going, oh, actually I want to get like 5.
That's a very good point, actually. Yeah. So that's happened. The one thing that instantly come to mind with me was we're looking to complete in a couple of weeks' time. I can't do that. I'm on holiday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Why I'd have somebody books a holiday is beyond me, or at least doesn't communicate that. Again, goes back to that communication part. Highlight at the very beginning. We asked you at the very beginning, is there anything we should be aware of? There's a offer form that you fill out. Why have you not put it in there? Timescales wise, why didn't you highlight this to us? So that for me instantly adds it on. Or it could be many other reasons behind that. But what's the toughest truth you regularly have to tell people?
Probably just what you said earlier. It's just not... It's not going to go in the time frame that you need it to go in.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do everything I can for you. But at this moment in time, all I can get is, especially if there's a chain, I'm thinking of one in my mind, which is, but like all I can get at the moment is third-party information because it's like 4 properties up.
Yeah.
I try and call, I try and email. I've got other estate agents that we're emailing each other, all trying to get the same information.
And you got one in the chain that's laying it down.
Yeah, and I'm trying to do everything I can, but again, like we said earlier, I can't give you the updates because I don't have anything. So I will call you when I get it. But it's just, I think every time I say that, they get very disheartened, and I completely understand. And I want to give you information. But apart from driving halfway up north and knocking on his door, I can't get it.
And I suppose all depending on where the chain is. You might have a property that's up north that's moving down this way or whatever. But generally there's some instances where somebody local is using somebody in Manchester, and it's not easy for us to get a hold of. Like you look at the likes of online agents, they use conveyancers that are up north, and again, you just can't get any answers from it.
Even just the online agents trying to get answers from
I didn't
them.
want to name any names, but that generally, yes, it is cheap. It's cheap for a reason. You can never get an update, and the easiest way I can say it is ring their sales progression department, because you'll never get an update from them. But I think that's probably the difficult. I think also as well is I think there probably needs to be an element of understanding here, because obviously if we're not updating them, they're thinking we're not doing the job. Yeah. And I think the key thing for it is generally, until it goes through, we're not paid. So I had somebody a little while ago, I'm going back a few years actually, several years ago, where we told her that it was going to be probably around 12 weeks, and it got to 12 weeks, and she rang up and she went, "Oh, it's a bit of a convenient. It's a bit convenient, isn't it? It's taking 12 weeks. That's how long you said it's going to take, and we're still not through." And I was like, "I don't understand where you're going here. Look, we're sort of managing your expectations, yet we can't control the conveyancing process. We can't control other change. We can only present the information that we've been given, but it's like they believe that we could wave a magic wand and get it done."
Yeah.
I would rather every single deal go through in 2 weeks.
Same.
It's not possible. Tell you what, it is possible, but it's there's various parts that need to make that work. But generally, as a general rule,
Yeah.
even 12 weeks nationally, that's phenomenal at the moment. So, and we would rather it go through in 2 or 4 weeks. Trust me, because then we get paid and it's quicker, it's easier, less stressful. So we sort of alluded to reservation agreements earlier on. So if we were going to look at how many deals this month, or how many deals would a reservation agreement have saved? So if we look at the percentages roughly across the country and put it into deal terms, how many deals would a reservation agreement save?
So out of like 100 deals,
Yep.
nationally 1 in 3 fall through. That's around 30.
Yep.
But with a reservation agreement, we have a 94% completion rate. So that's only 6 deals falling through.
So when you're looking at that, as I said, 1 or 3, 33, something around that sort of level, you're then talking 25 to 30 deals on average you're going to be saved every 100. I think the proof's sort of in the pudding there. And I know that this is standard across the reservation agreements that we do through Gazelle, and that's all the agents now that use it. That is a figure there. 95, 90, 94% is where the general fall-throughs are. So there is power in them. What changes when both sides commit up front?
Trust.
And what do you mean by that?
Obviously, you said the word commit. They are committing to something.
Yep.
Yes, obviously you can say when you're going to sell or purchase a house, you are committing to it, but what stake do you have in it at that point?
Yeah.
Nothing really. So signing that agreement, putting that little bit of money up front is a commitment to say, I am very invested in buying this house. There obviously are some people that still will try and get some sort of a price reduction on the property, but that's again why we have the clauses within the reservation agreement. It makes it harder to do so and helps protect against silly things that they can just say, oh, all the doors need changing.
Yeah.
That's not a major improvement that needs to happen. So that's not something that we can do anything with.
Yeah, I think it is key. And again, like, I think until you've been through a situation, and I suppose when you look at it from a first-time buyer's perspective, they're not going to understand the process. And the only people that they're then going to go to is mum and dad, or people that have actually moved in the past. So there is some sort of friction between first-time buyers sometimes doing it because it's unknown, it's a cost, although I think sometimes it can be a massive saving. I'm trying to look through because I've got some good stats on this in a minute, but I think there's one issue. It's never been done that way. It's still not known within the industry.
Yeah, I literally had that last week. Somebody asked me that question. I was like, thousands of agents throughout the UK use Gazelle's reservation agreements. It's not just us, we're just the only ones within our town that do.
Yeah, and sometimes we get friction sometimes from solicitors as well, don't we? Because again, why do you think that is?
I'm actually not too sure. A lot of the comments I get is, my solicitor says it's not legally binding, so why should I sign it?
Yep.
But then on the other side, it's, my solicitor says if I sign this then I'm liable for something. So which one is it? Is it legally binding or is it not?